Hello, it's Andy from Folklore Hiking Sticks. I had some glass blow out in some storms recently from my greenhouse. Now, it took me a little while, a few days, shall I say, to get the replacement glass, and then I realised that some of the clips that hold the glass in place, I didn't actually have all of them. I thought they were there, and then I realised I was short, so I then had to wait till I could get my hands on some new clips. I've got those now, and I'm about to put the glass into the greenhouse. It is a relatively straightforward job, but like everything, it's only as straightforward as what you have seen, you know, and what you understand. So I'm gonna just take you out there so you can very quickly see how I'm going to replace the glass in the greenhouse. And if you've suffered any damage through storms, this might just help you if you're a little bit unsure on how you put glass back into a greenhouse. Yeah, so this is my greenhouse. It's only a small one, but we use it to bring plants on. I have lost two panels around the back, and I'll show you exactly where they are. Yeah, the greenhouse is quite important to us. As you can see, we bring plants on. So yeah, we do want this actually repaired and back up in use. So as you can see, I've lost two panels here on the back of the greenhouse. I've no idea how they came out, but glass greenhouses, the glass will pop out if it's under a lot of vibration and air pressure as wind moves around it. I have lost panels before, and as you can see here, I've reinforced the fixing of the glass with three on each pane on each side. So I've got 1, 2, 3 there, 1, 2, 3 there, making 6, just to give it a bit more support and help keep it in. Like I said, I've lost these two before, and I've given it extra, shall we say, fixing capacity, whereas traditionally you would just use 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4. So basically I've put extra on this glass panels that blew out. You shouldn't have to, but I've done that simply because I'm just taking it as that is an area that gets hit hard by the wind. And I should do the same here, because obviously, you know, it must obviously be an area of my greenhouse which is getting significant wind exposure. First of all, make sure you've got all your glass cleaned up and everything's clean and safe for you to be around this area. I've already done that, so I'm good to go. You need to check the seating where the glass is going to go, and indeed where it came from. And as you can see, I've still got some clips in there. Now I'll just take that one out, and it's just a matter of unclipping it from the channel and it will fall out. It's basically an M or a W, however you want to look at it, and basically it goes into the channel and it will hold the glass when you push it into place, and it'll bear down and hold it there. As you can see with this one, it's there. You got the long bit, this bit that fits into the groove, the channel, the upright bent bit there fits in behind another channel, and then this bit provides the support for the glass. Now to get it out, it's just quite simply push up, bring it out over the lip, and it will literally come out like that. So yeah, just make sure your rubbers are intact, the whole area is clean, and it's serviceable for you to put the glass back in. Because I was missing some clips, and I think I've just found them in the actual greenhouse. I think I have them in my hand here now, but never mind, I have actually bought some new ones. So yeah, so I've got new clips for the glass support for the ones above each other, and obviously the ones that hold it in. I've got those two clips there, so you know, I'm ready to go. I've got all the materials and I've got the glass. I've just checked, that's all serviceable, it's all good and clean, I'm safe to work, so we can now install the glass. As you're working with glass, you should wear safety glasses, which I have there, and gloves, and always conduct yourself in a safe manner. And you may need a pair of pliers and a screwdriver, but you may do, you may not. They may be easy to go in by hand, they may not, but have these at hand, and that will aid you once you're putting the glass in, to stop you having to find them when you're halfway through the job. Right, that whole area is serviceable. I've got my glass, I've got a glove on, which is the one I'm going to be using to manipulate and put the glass in place and carry the load on the edges where I shall be holding. So basically I'm going to bring it up and offer it to the actual frame itself. Always keep things level and smooth, and I've just pushed it in there like this, and I'm gradually putting it back towards the rubber. What you have to do is make sure you've got an even spacing between the channels and the glass on both sides, because the actual clips that you saw and as you saw earlier have to sit in and clip in underneath with the same distance each side. Now I'm going to put two in, and then I'll show you as I do the bottom ones. So I'm just going to get these. I'm going to push this one in. There. Bring it down. Put that one in. Right, I'll just quickly let you have a look at that. There's a new clip in place. That gap there, just hold it there. But what that will do is push it closer on this side. So I will have to gently put some pressure on it here, pushing it across to slip the new clip in. And I'll show you that. This is where you want your glasses and gloves. I'm just doing this as a demonstration. And if you find yourself you need a second pair of hands, don't be afraid to go and ask somebody to give you a hand. But I've just had to move the panel very slightly, only a small amount back towards that clip, putting that clip over there that I've already got in place, you just saw, under a slight bit of tension. I'm now getting the other clip and I'm going to feed it in. So it's in on the lip, and I'm bringing the wire piece down. You've probably heard a clip, and that was when the wire piece sank into the channel. Now I have two pieces on both ends. I'll just show you that. Yes, you can see that one there is clipped in very nicely. You got the wire piece going into the channel, the U-bend going behind the glass, and you have the clip piece just resting gently on the glass. And look at that distance there to the distance on the other one, if you can see, and it's roughly about the same. I now have to do the same down here and put the clips in down there. Try and do this one-handed and give you a slightly better view of what I'm doing. So here goes. So this is going to be quite fiddly, but anyway, I've just put the wire and I've lodged it into the channel at the back. I've actually slotted the U-bend, as you've seen, behind the glass. Now what I'm doing is I've got to get that wire piece now back into that channel. So I've clipped it around the glass there, and with my thumb I'm just pushing the wire into the channel, and you heard a click. Now as you can see, it's all seated there nicely, and I just made a little push on that one and it's in. So basically just repeat that on the opposite side now. The reason I said have a pair of pliers handy is if you were struggling, some of these clips can be, should we say, stronger than others. You may need a pair of pliers just to bend those. As you can see, these clips aren't the strongest, they don't have too much resistance, which could be a good thing for me to install, but it might not be quite so good at retaining the glass under heavy load from wind conditions. But I am where I am, and as you can see, I've loaded 3 on my panes of glass here, just to give me the security to know that I hopefully shouldn't lose these no more. Right, we have the bottom pane in, and as you can see, that's firm and good. We've now got to get the top piece in, and I'll show you that. So this is one I fitted, like I said, last year or a couple of years ago, and you got these U-bend clips which actually holds the glass, and it allows it to have a lip, and the inside one is, I don't know, about 1 centimetre inside the other one, and it provides a runoff for the water to run down and not end up going back in onto the greenhouse. So now we have to install these on the bit that we're repairing, like it is here. Those clips will look like this, and all I'm going to do is put one on the edge so that I have the supporting bit on the outside. You can get away with 2, but as I said, I'm just putting an extra one there just to give myself that little bit of what I'm hoping is security against it blowing out next time. You won't have to do that, you can get away, like I said, with 2. So basically I just clipped them over like that and got them evenly spaced. Gloves in eyewear again, because obviously now you're taking the glass up another level further up, and like I said, if you need an extra hand, go and ask for it. I'm going to get my glass to set that cargo past, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the bottom edge of it into those U bits of the brackets here, these small ones that we've just put on the glass, rest it there and just push the glass gently back into the rubber as its seating position, and with a clip, following exactly what we did on the bottom one, start clipping it in. But because it's higher, you do not want to let go of the glass until you've got at least enough clips on the glass to support it. So I'm going to do that now. So basically I'm bringing the glass up. What I'm doing, I'm offering it up to those clips, making sure it is fully seated into those clips. There, just checking, they're all in the clips. I'm now pushing the glass back in on the rubber. Now I've done that, I'm just checking for distances. They look good. I've got my clip, and I'm going to repeat that process again. So all I'm going to do, put the wire bit into the channel, do it again, and put the bottom one in. There, I have that seated. I'm just holding it firm until I get the next one. I would like another one in just for security. Doing that. And that one's in. So I have 2 holding it, and it's supported on these channels. So I'm just going to get my other ones. I'll get them in. Now I'm going to do the bottom corner here. Same thing. Put it in the channel, push down, and as you can see, I've got to get that one on the glass. That's a bit tougher. There, that's clipped in. You heard that go in with a nice solid clip. The trick is to make sure you've got the distances equal. If they become unequal, one will go in easy and the other one will really struggle to go in. So yet again, do that again, push it in, there, that one's in. So basically I'm going to put 2 more in, and I'll do that in a minute, but that is basically how you put the panes of glass into a simple greenhouse. I believe there are other methods which greenhouses use, but this is probably the most common one that you're going to come across in the UK. So from here you can clearly see now we have both panes of glass installed, and it's all been done safely and correctly, and indeed all fitting in the clips. I've got extra clips in on the glass, as you can see up here, and it's all firm and it's all good. That is a job well done. I've come back into the workshop because the wind noise was just starting to get to that point. It would be a little bit silly to carry on out there. But talking about wind, if you do have panels or glass panels that are missing, or panes of glass, shall I say, that are missing, it's imperative to get it done pretty quick, because wind passing over the top of the greenhouse and moving through the greenhouse will create pressures outside of the glass, and obviously with wind coming into the greenhouse, it'll try and lift it out. And indeed, it wouldn't take a lot in those circumstances to lose some more glass, and it becomes more expensive and more dangerous then. But that being said, when you're fitting the glass, and I showed you those tools, try to have them at hand. The pliers basically for if your clips won't go in very easy, it just gives you that little bit more ability to bend them, and the screwdriver, you may just need it just to push it into the channel. You didn't have to see that there because my clips are very pliable. But like I said, if you have those tools on hand, it stops you running around trying to source them when you need them. Always wear eye protection and gloves, that goes without saying. And on top of that, or if you do need a second set of hands, like I said before, go and get them. Don't hurt yourself or damage a glass, or even damage a greenhouse, other panes of glass, by having an accident, because simply you needed an extra pair of hands. Always try and source them. Even if you just feel you need them, go and get them. So I'm going to call it a day here. This is Andy from Folklore Hiking Sticks, and take care and all the best, and catch you again.